Woo! What's going on, YouTubers? It's your boy Relentless, coming at you live in effect. Yeah. We're here to talk to you about some real stuff, some realness. Try to clear some trash out of here. Get some trash out of this head of ours. You know what I mean? It's about that time. Trash out. We get it out. Here to talk to you about one simple thing. That's balance. Yes, right. For a long time, people misuse this word. Kind of a misunderstanding in such a way. Because anyone looks at the definition of balance, it's that happy medium between, point A and point B, right in the center. We don't really find it. We sit there and we do the extreme, one side or the other. Here it is. Here it is. I think we got it. I think we found some balance. Or better yet, we take it the opposite way. Ah, yeah, this time I got this. This time I got it. It's gonna work for sure. It's gonna work. And the next thing you know, we're sitting there in complete confusion, in misery, really. And we start blaming others for our problems. Why I feel so crappy, it's because of this job I got, it's because of this relationship. And we end up subtracting them and find ourselves with the same problem. Nothing changed, still miserable. And then we start looking for these solutions, which you just added more to it. I'm gonna quit this job and I'm gonna work here because this is a place to work at, and then find ourselves just as miserable still. Like nothing changes except for your pay. Maybe if you're lucky, you might get higher pay. Who knows? And throughout this whole process of blaming others, switching things up, we end up playing a game called pin the tail on the damn donkey. Right there. Yeah, that was right. Yeah, sure. We're just gonna go with that. So we end up just guessing a bearing, and it doesn't work. So we find ourselves in this insane cycle of trying to find some solution to this, and it just isn't working. What we're thinking isn't that there is no solution. You just keep figuring it out. And we find ourselves thinking that most of the time doing things that are stimulating and pleasing, that's where the medium's at. When really you're just back all the way at point A, or you're backtracking to there, because after the stimulation runs off of whatever it is you decide to do, you're back to feeling crappy. You're miserable. That's your point A. When you feel so crappy and you're finally motivated, okay, I need to move out of this. I need to move out of this funk. Next objective to find this happy medium is you gotta find out how far you can go. And it isn't gonna be pleasing. It isn't gonna feel nice. You're not gonna feel like, oh, this is all I ever wanted. No, you're gonna feel the exact opposite. You're gonna hate it. You'll be uncomfortable. You're just basically going to go negative towards it. But it's something you have to do if you really want it. Every successful person would tell you that they've had to push themselves to extreme limits to get to what they wanted, which in the end was that happy medium. They had to find out how far they can go. So your solutions to doing that is going to be different with everybody. It really is. But you already know what the answers are. Because everyone has these moments where they're feeling uncomfortable or, out of place, getting out of the box. That's what you got to do. If you're one of those people that love to isolate, you don't like to talk to people, you're going to have to get outside of it. You have to get outside of the box, you have to conversate with people, even if it sounds humiliating and stupid, to figure out how far you can go. Look at it this way. Here's just a simple visual example of how this kind of works. I started going to the gym. And one day I get in, and I'm like, this is feeling like I can't do this anymore. Nothing's progressing. I'm wasting my time. What the hell am I doing with this? I've been stuck on these same dumbbells for almost seemed like months, really. I didn't really keep track of time, but I know it was longer than a month. And I was told about something which I've implemented very well. It's about a simple little 5-second rule. You think of something and you have like 5 seconds to act on it. If you don't act on it in those 5, it's gonna be gone. Your mind's gonna defeat you because it's gonna tell you that, it kicks in and tells you that this isn't gonna work. You're gonna hurt yourself. This is nothing. So after I heard that, I was like, oh, okay. Well, let's see how this works then. So I get there, do my same routine, and then I get to the part where it's the dumbbells. And I looked at them. I think I went up like 15 pounds from what I normally do. That I've always thought was impossible. And I thought about it. And, I started counting to 5 because I knew in 5 seconds it was all going to fall apart. So 4, 3, 2, and I just went for it. I just grabbed them and pulled them up and got to where I wanted. And, I was doing it. I was just like, man. And I thought to myself, wow, I could do this. And I didn't even know I could. But yeah, I always told myself I couldn't. And that's what was a game changer. And I started doing that with everything in life. Every time I see a challenge, every time I feel fearful or uncomfortable, I know I can identify. Fear doesn't have control over you. You're allowing fear to have control. So when you're actually able to identify it, because that's what usually happens, is you can't figure it out. You can't tell what it is. You're just feeling these feelings and emotions, and all these thoughts are going through your head, and it takes control. But when you're able to identify it, you're like, oh, wait, I know what this is. I know what you're trying to do. I know the game plan already. Okay, so now I'm going to act. I'm going to act before you have the opportunity to do that to me. And when you're able to do that, you're able to push yourself. And then you're able to get to new limits and new heights where you can finally find that point B. And when you find that point B, yeah, you'll probably feel pretty uncomfortable and like, oh man, I think I pushed myself a little too far. But that's a good thing. You're able to actually really start the process. That's the thing. You're able to start this once and for all, instead of just run through your head as if you knew it. Quit thinking you know it. You don't. I think statistics talks about like almost like 90-something% of people live in misery, and they void fill left and right, and they think they find these solutions with this crap that they sell on TV half the time. So go and find it. Go and push yourself. You got nothing to lose. And that's the one thing you always got to tell yourself. Whenever you try to achieve these goals, and when I talk about goals, I'm talking about, professional goals. I'm not saying go out and be a drug dealer to the fullest, go rob a bank, push yourself. No, achievable kind of goals that doesn't get you locked up in jail, I ain't getting blamed for that one. So, go and do it. Give it a try. But the thing is, as I was trying to say before, you got nothing to lose. Everything that you have right now, today, will still be okay. You're really just trying to discover yourself. Trying to find an inner peace. Because when you really find that inner peace, when you know where that's at, you can really take on anything. You can just, and most of all, you're just happy about life. You don't have to live in this miserable lifestyle, wishing something's going to come in through the door and save the day. Sorry to tell you, it don't work that way. I've sat years and years and years and years waiting for something to come save me out of this hellhole that I made, out of this hole I dug. Someone to come pull me out of there, but they never came. And because the reason is that I've always had the power. I was born with it. I was given it. So I need to use it. So I hope you all give this a try. Like I said before, you got nothing to lose. Go and do it starting right now. Not tomorrow. There's no tomorrow. You start right now figuring things out. Subscribe, like, comment on this. I'm just getting started with knowledge. This is just a small piece of the pie. We can go further. So till then, I'm out. Why are you still watching? Get at it. How low budget are we? We really used a piece of paper with, I think it's a tail? Was there a note in here? What is this? Do I dare ask where the cloth came from? Do I ask that? And the scale, what is this? Where'd you get that from? What nursing home did you steal that from? This looks like something from Hitler's basement. Done.